Hi, good morning, guys. This is Vishal, and today we are going to discuss about this student debt overview dashboard that I created for Best Finance Limited. It is a kind of a generic dataset, but I recently did one project where I need to use all these KPIs to perform the data analysis on their real life dataset. How I get this particular dataset? So if anyone need this kind of a dataset, or if you need this the code for this particular dataset, so I wrote a Python code to get this dataset, and then after that, whatever the data that I got, I perform my data analysis just to showcase my skills, because I cannot disclose all the real informations of the client. So for that reason, I was not able to share the real data, but this is pretty fantastic job that I have done. So let's just start. So first dashboard that I have created, I basically created for them like 8 dashboards for their student debt analysis, but I'm just going to show you guys only 2 dashboards here. The first dashboard, this is a very basic dashboard that I have created, and in that dashboard, basically what I did, I try to find out like basically 5 key KPIs. First of all, the best KPI, that very simple metrics that every financial institution wants to know, that their how much total debts by a lenders. So by a lender means that let me just show you here one filter that we have. So basically all the students are getting the debts from these financial institutions. This is bank A, bank B, credit union C, government and online lenders that they have. So if I'll click on this thing, so I'm just able to get the monthly bifurcation of each and every debt. So basically, if I'm talking about the February, has the lowest amount of the debts that is basically uh, sanctioned by this particular lender. That lender is like bank A. And when I'm talking about that, there are some government lenders as well, and government lenders are like, again, the February is the lowest month, and April is the highest month when we can talk about this thing. The next KPI that I have used is total debt by region. Or now when I'm talking about region, so basically in every country or in every state or in every area, when I'm talking about, so we have basically 4 regions. So these 4 regions are basically northeast, west and south, and I have built one more thing, that is central region as well. uh, when I'm talking about this particular region wise total depth, so let's say for example, if I'm talking about only north region, so I'm getting like 93.12 million. I personally got the data. In that particular data, I do have like dollars, but I try to build this particular data set for my Indian community. So that's the reason, like, it is showing here rupees. I can change this thing by using the formatting options and convert it into dollars. Now you can see here that this is very beautifully done. Now one thing I just need to mention, that if I'm talking about 96.26 millions, let's just see that if I'll click on central, so there are some changes are going on here, correct? So you can see that how these debts are basically classified, or basically there are 4 types of debts are there, like student loan, personal loan, credit card, auto loans. So these are the debts that basically students have with themselves, and it is actually working very fine. Now one more thing that I just need to show you, that I built one average debt by age and major category. So major categories, basically there are 5 categories: art, business, humanities, other and STEM. So let's say for example, if I'm talking about, said I build one here, the age groups. So age groups is basically it's starting from 18 to 22, 22 to 76, 26 to 30, and then after 30 and above. Okay, so here what I'm actually trying to say, the youth is from youth category is actually showing us that youth are the category that is actually belong to 18 to 22 category. And here you can see that the different bifurcations of the debt amount, the average debt amount. So it is pretty cool. Like if I'll click on this thing, so you will see the real magic. like for each and every age group. So we are getting the separate values, and it is very much visible by the normal eyes. Like you don't need to focus a lot to visualize this thing, correct? Now one more thing I just need to mention, there is a distribution of major category by employment status. So there are three types of employment status. One is full-time, part-time and unemployed. So we have three categories here, and if I'll click on part-time, so all the informations related to part-time will going to get highlighted. Okay, now if I want to uncheck this thing, if I'm going to uncheck this thing, so it will going to show me all the informations that are actually available. So we can see here that in arts category we don't have any unemployed students. So this is really amazing thing. And one more thing, that I have made one slider here, that is like it is going to show me the information related to each and every age, certain age. So if you can see here that, see, so there is a very huge difference in different age. So now I think that is pretty much very good. Now second dashboard, if I'm talking about, so second dashboard what I have built here is, this is my second dashboard, and I did here what I basically did a depth analysis here. And when I'm talking about in-depth analysis, my key metrics that I usually work on is average interest rate and depth amount with risk category and delinquencies. So basically it is actually showing us that how much amount that is actually designed for the particular category in the delinquency status. Well, when I'm talking about the delinquency status, what I'm actually talking about, that these are the amounts, basically high, low, mediums are the amounts. Basically these are the amount that actually is right away available to the debt finance company. But if I'm talking about the late 90 plus, it means that these are some people who are actually defaulting in their payments. Okay, similarly for late 30 and late 60, these are basically number of days that people with this much amount of debts are actually paying their amount in a delay manner. Okay, I'm talking about in a delay manner, it means that they are failed to pay the amounts, or they pay their amount a lot later or after the due date. Okay, now when I'm talking about that average interest rates by debt type and region, so it's the region here again, the five regions that we have, and we have like different average interest rates. So 8.60, 8.53. If I can do here one more thing, that I can like mention the highest and the lowest rates. So the highest I can see here is like 8.67 if I'm not wrong, and the lowest I can see here is 8.31. So yes, region student loan is like very low as compared to other things, correct? Now there is one more thing that I have built here, is like weekly debt amount that I have tried to find out. Now when I'm talking about the weekly debt amount, so what actually trying to mean here is that it is actually like if I hover over these particular values. So generally what I can see here is that there is no it's a kind of a trend line that I have built, and it's a kind of a parallel line to the x-axis. It means that the range of the loan, this happens basically, why the reason behind this for this particular thing is because this is a generic data set, so I'm not able to like make a good quality of data set. So that's the reason like it is giving me the parallel values. Okay, now when I'm talking about this particular thing, it is very interesting metrics that I have created, moving average and average interest paid for the comparison. Now why we build basically the moving average, the reason behind this is because we try to find out the smoothing in our basically the interest rate that we want to know. Like I use here basically the 3 days moving average. 3 days moving average is generally not going to be that much fluctuated. Most of the cases, like when I'm talking about if we are dealing with the long-term scenarios, so in long-term scenarios we usually use 50 and 100 moving average as well, for like 50 days moving average and 100 days moving average. But in real life scenarios, like in this kind of a data set, I just use 3 days moving average because I'm actually dealing with the weekly debt analysis. So for that reason I use 3 days moving average, and we try to find out the difference or the error basically. Like it is, if I'm talking about this thing. So it's a kind of a like 3 days moving average that I have actually had. And when I'm talking about this particular line, like you can see here, so difference between these two lines will going to be the residual errors that we can work on. Like if my average interest paid is actually lesser than that particular moving average, so it means that there are some issues are going on, like there are some because of these delinquency status that we are actually having the average interest rate paid lesser than the amount of moving averages, correct? Now when I'm talking about that one more small matrix that I just need to mention, monthly payment by dip type and term lengths. So we have like auto loan, credit card and personal loan and student loan. So these are some basically on like if we are talking about we have auto loans from the range, like if I'm talking about the lowest range is 96 and we have like 8947 as well, because there are some diversification of the product, diversification of the loan amount. For that reason we have different values at different level. For like 12 months we have different amounts. Now it is actually showing me the data set for each and every customer. Okay, so I can convert this thing into an aggregation format as well, but it is generally fine. Now if I'm talking about if my filters are working very fine, so let's see if my filters are going good. So I use central, so it is just showing me the central values. Again, now I'm talking about the north value, so it is actually showing me the north central region. Now when I'm talking about the credit card status, so in credit card status it is actually giving us the north and credit card values and the credit card values for all these things. See, it's pretty cool, huh? Now when I'm talking about only late 60s, so it is now getting the things or filtering out the things that for late 60s delinquency status as well. And when I'm talking about that, I just need to show the 2 weeks moving average. So here it is actually not 2 weeks moving average. I remember this thing that I built the 3 weeks moving average for here, this thing, and this is the line diagram for my average total interest. So yes, that's it for now. Like I built this thing and it is pretty cool. If you want to like closely look into this particular dashboard, so I'm going to share my Tableau public link and you can go there and you can see it. And if you have any kind of an information, so you can contact me anytime. If you need any kind of an information, I'm sorry, so you can contact me anytime. And if you want to if you need my services, so you can contact me here or my Fiverr on my Upwork as well. You can contact me anywhere. And that's it from now. So Vishal Singh signing off. Thank you so much for watching the whole video, and do follow me if you like this video. Thank you so much, guys.